I spoke a lot last week about the idea of your choices and the decisions you make affecting your situation and how frustrating that can be, but how frequently that is the case. And as we are getting closer and closer to the meet, the prep that I've been doing has been very effectively doing its job in that I have been acquiring a lot of fatigue. And the way that this all works is I've been trending my volume and my intensity up. I've been pushing to do more weight per session, more weight per lift every single time for weeks and weeks now. And I'm finally getting to the point where my body's ability to undergo that stress and adapt and recover and produce a higher result the next time, it's starting to slow down. I'm starting to have the work outrun the recovery, and it's to be expected. I'm actually a little surprised it took this long for that to be the case, but my last two sessions, Saturday and Sunday, really weighed heavily on me, excuse the pun, for this session. I was having quite a bit of fatigue, and I just didn't feel as rested, even though every other factor was pretty close to correct. My nutrition was solid, my sleep's been alright, my mobility work's been good. It's just time. Your body can only recover so much from certain stimulus. And so I had my 595 double here. I was not particularly pleased with the second rep. The first rep I thought it was alright. I was definitely very hesitant on the second rep, and I slowed down way more than I should have, and for some reason I just started bringing it up. I will say the previous set, the 565 I did beforehand, I had a little twinge in my right glute for some reason. It wasn't nothing tore, nothing strained, but I just felt a little off with it, and so I might have been babying that a little bit, but overall, I completely understand that my body is going through quite a bit of stress right now, and so I think it's time in the programming. It matches up perfectly that I'm dropping my total work volume now and using more of an RPE and auto-regulation system from here moving forward, where my workouts will be a lot more about doing sets based off of how they feel and how the weight's moving, and less about how much volume I'm planning on hitting for the session, because I'm not going to be able to continue trending all this volume up leading in for the next couple of weeks if it's already so much for me to keep up with right now, where I'm not making it from one session to another and recovering fully. So it's time to pay off a little bit of this volume-induced fatigue debt, so to say, and I'm definitely ready for it. I think my body will respond well, and the overreaching will continue, but in a different way, and hopefully this lowering of the volume and keeping the intensities high will produce a super compensation effect moving into the meet, and we should see some big numbers coming in the future. So I'm really stoked about that, despite not being particularly thrilled about how that top set of squats went. The way that I programmed all this out, the top sets are less important than all the work that surrounds them. The top sets for Tuesday and Thursday's workouts are pretty much testing to see where I'm at more than they are to get work in. And so I'm not surprised by the numbers that I'm putting up. They're exactly what I plan to hit, and they're pretty similar to how I expected to hit them. My protocol for this workout was a 5% fatigue drop for both the squat and the bench press, and so what happened is I worked up to those top sets, and then once I did those, I took 5% off the bar and repeated that rep range until the lower weight felt like it was around the same RPE as the initial set. And so when you think about it, if you take 5% off the bar at something that was difficult, and now that 95% of that has become just as difficult, mathematically you've fatigued yourself 5% approximately. And so moving forward, instead of thinking so much about whether my volume is going up or down, I'll be tracking my average intensity over the course of a workout more, and I will be paying attention to what my general idea of the fatigue stress induced is. So if I fatigue myself 5% with each of these lifts, I know that I have a trackable fatigue deficit to try to make up by my next workout. And that's not necessarily as crucial to track for someone who's a novice or even an earlier intermediate trainee, but I think it is pretty crucial when you're trying to peak for a meet and your numbers aren't making, you know, huge jumps every workout or every week or every month even. Sometimes you just have to take a long microcycle to get to a higher peak. But that's what I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like rating and share it with your friends. If you didn't, go ahead and watch it again. Give it another chance. Maybe you'll change your mind. Please leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't. And I will have my deadlift session from Thursday up to you guys on Friday. The goal is to hit a 700 double, and hopefully I'll be rested enough to give it a real shot. So have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.